We are in downtown Chagrin Falls, Ohio at Fireside Books. Today we're going to go in and look at some of my favorite books. These are books that I promise you, if you read them and follow them, they will change your life. So let's go inside, check them out. Come on. So this bookstore has every book that you can think of. We're obviously heading over to the business section, the self-help section. So let's see what we have here. The first one that I love talking about is January 1st. Beginning of every year, I go and read the book Atomic Habits. Here, I actually bought this one from here. We're going to be giving it away to somebody. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Phenomenal book. Reason being, this is about starting and doing the little things. It's not picking up a new hobby and going all in on it day one and saying, you know what, that's not really for me. It's starting small, doing something for 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day. For me, I play the guitar. When I started playing the guitar, 2 minutes a day. That's all I did. Then I built up to 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes a day. Spanish, same thing. 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day. When you start small and build the little atomic habits and keep building them over and over and over again, that is when you will master something. Book number 2, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This is a fantastic book. You've heard me talk about it. When I was going to high schools and teaching kids about money, I found that there was very unhealthy relationships with money. A lot of people they would pull in $1 and they would spend $2. They didn't understand what bringing in $1 really meant. Morgan Housel does a very great job of breaking down money and giving us a healthy relationship with money. It gives us the psychology that we need to start saving, or not saving to an extensive degree of making yourself miserable. It's okay to spend. It's just not okay to overspend. It's okay to save. It's just not okay to make yourself a miserable human being by saving. This book helps you create that healthy relationship with money. And something else, a little later this year, we are going to have Morgan Housel on the show, so keep a watch for that interview. Third book, and this gets a little bit more into investing, Richer, Wiser, Happier. This is by a friend of the show, William Green. He went through and spoke to some of the greatest investors of all time, and the ones that were past, he went and talked to their family members. Chapter 1 here. Our friend of the show, Monish Pabrai. Awesome interview. And my favorite part about this book, no matter who you read about, no matter who they talk to, the principles of the investing were the same. Their little nuances might have changed, but the principles were the same. Value investing is about patience, and it's about paying a good price for a stock. It's not about overpaying. And that's what you're going to find in here. Again, later this year, we will have Mr. William Green back on the show. Book number 4, and one of my personal favorites. This book, Education of a Value Investor by Spier, breaks down value investing so well. If you are new to value investing or new to investing period, it is a very easy read. You can see I have a page marked in there for some reason. This is a fantastic book if you are a newbie. And if you are somebody that is seasoned, read it again. All of this is about repetition. Spier does a great job of breaking things down, and he gives these little tidbits about one of my favorite parts about what he does, period. He says, I have my Bloomberg terminal in a very uncomfortable part of my office. There's no chair there. Why? So he doesn't go and waste time and get into the nitty-gritty of companies when he really doesn't need to. Doesn't spend more than 20 minutes at the computer. That's in this book. We will have Spier on the show in November, so watch out for that interview. This is my favorite book on value investing. It's called 100 Baggers. And one day, let me tell you a story. One day, cold outside, mid-December, I walk out in the pitch black to go to my mailbox. I open it up, and there's a little package in there. Monish Pabrai sent me this book. He sent me this book as a Christmas gift. This is one of my favorite books. We talk about 100 Baggers on the show all the time. We talk about investing in companies that are smaller and getting a great outsized return. This talks about it. It talks about how to do it, the best 100 baggers of all time. It talks about the process to get there. You will know, and you probably can guess this, the longer you wait and the longer you sit in a company, the more they buy back shares, the better you're going to do, the more likely you're going to have 100 baggers. Chris Mayer, 100 Baggers. Get this book, read it, you'll love it. And lastly, the granddaddy, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I would encourage you to get the version with the commentary by Jason Zwig. He breaks each chapter down beautifully. This book is much more simple than security analysis and something that I encourage everybody to read. It looks like it's a thick book. It's a very easy read. It talks about value investing, and it goes back to the grandfather of value investing and Warren Buffett's teacher, Benjamin Graham. Grab this one, you will not regret it. We go back to habits, spending a very small amount of time in the beginning and building up to that pinnacle. Reading is all about atomic habits. Don't have a goal of saying, I'm going to read for 20 minutes a day or 10 pages a day. Just pick the book up and start reading. If you only get through half a page, that's perfectly fine. The second day, you're going to get through a whole page. The next day, you're going to get through 2 pages. And that's what reading is all about. Also, if you start reading a book, if you get through 15, 20, 30 pages and it's not speaking to you, move on to the next book. We talk about the 5 people that you spend the most time with is who you will be. If you don't have 5 people, authors, these types of books can change your life. These types of books can change your thinking, many times for the better. That is what I encourage you to do. If you find an author you really like, stick with them. James Clear is fantastic. Chris Mayer is fantastic. William Green is fantastic. These types of people can be ones that shape your mindset for you to be better over the long term. So guys, these are my favorite books. I want you to drop in the comments to help everybody else. What are some of your favorite books? It can be fiction, nonfiction, business-oriented, whatever. Put some of your favorite books in there. And when you're in Cleveland next time, come to downtown Chagrin Falls Fireside Bookshop. It's right here. You'll find anything that you want. Have a great day.